Connect. We look at the available ports on the WH6263 headsets. We look at how to integrate the WH60 series headsets with the 3CX version 16 Softclient. We look at how to connect the WH6263 headsets with the 3CX version 16 Webclient. Then we look at the available ports of the WH6667, and we look at how to connect the WH6667 with the 3CX version 18 Softclient and Webclient. In the end, we look at updating the headset using the Yealink Connect software. Then we have a short frequently asked questions section, and at the very end, question and answer. Unfortunately, there is no lunch provided from Alloy, neither for you nor for me. Maybe that's also subject to change for the future. So let's have a look quickly on those headsets. Most of you already know them. We have the WH62 and WH63, which have more or less the same setup in terms of base station. It's only the headset itself that is different, as we have also the WH66 and the WH67, which have more or less the same base station setup, and it's just the headset itself that looks different. Michael, you have had a question before? Nothing, okay. That's already gone. So we look at the ports on the okay, now it's important, the video section that you tell me, could anybody hear the video that was running? There is audio on the video. Okay, so it seems that some people. Okay, so what we do now then in this regard, we do quickly stop that presentation, and I will do the share screening, the screen sharing, because there you can literally then share the computer audio, and we go quickly over to that section. Give me a second, I stop quickly the presentation, and I will be. Daryl is always jumping in and out. Let me quickly jump into the normal screen sharing, and there then I will present the computer audio. That's what we then do there. That's somehow the other version that I know that definitely works for everyone. Let me quickly stop presenting this one. And we start here. Quickly this one here. We move that a little bit down. Don't need to have the whole stuff here. Share that screen. And then include computer sound. So now you actually, let me quickly. Bring up this screen here. Okay, so now let's quickly jump over the next slide here. Now we start with this slide again. So
at first we install the Yealink Connect software. We go to support.yealink.com and then we choose most likely the device we want to use. You can literally choose any device that has a USB connection. The software will be there. We choose our headset there. We go to firmware and then we choose to download the Windows or Mac version, whatever device you are using. Download the zip file. We unpack the zip file. And then we double click on the executable. We accept the license agreement and then we click through next, like always with everything that we want to install, not the stuff we don't want to install, but with what we want to install. And then once that is done, the Yealink Connect software is installed. That's it for the moment. And then we go ahead. You see we have no device on there yet because we haven't installed any.
So if we look at the back of the WH62, WH63, we see that there are 3 available ports. We have one USB port that is labeled PC, and that's on the left side in this picture. And we have one USB port that is having no label. So the one with the PC obviously has to be for the connection to the PC in combination with the Softclient. The one on the right end is literally that USB port that we connect to a desk phone. Have a good look at that picture, and also when you connect your WH6263 to a desk phone or to a PC, ensure that you use the right ports. We had issues where people were not realizing that there are 2 different usages for 2 different ports. Yeah, so just bear that in mind. That's my mouse here. We go to the next movie.
We all know that by default, the Yealink headsets are not fully integrated into the 3CX Softclient. This means by answering the calls via the headset, muting, and all these things. We have a look now on how to achieve that. We go to support.yealink.com. Once the page is loaded, we go to one of the headsets we want to use, one of the decked headsets. And there should be inside any of those headsets, should be under the document section, an integration guide, which shows you an integration tool or a guide how to integrate the headset with 3CX. You download that zip file, you open it, and you have a good read at the how-to guide. Look at that. And under point 2, under install the Yealink 3CX plugin, we see that you have to restart the Softclient once the tool is installed. We go to the download folder, we click on the executable file and have it installed. Quickly start the Softclient. I, in this case, had it turned off completely, so I didn't restart it, I just started it. And we should be ready by that now to be able to answer incoming calls by just pressing the button on the headphone. We see a call coming in, and with the current settings, the call will be auto-answered. The mute button is working as well. We see that without seeing the mouse moving over the screen. We go now quickly into the Yealink Connect settings, and we change the auto answer to no auto answer, so that I literally have to press the button on the headset to answer the incoming call. We will test that quickly, and then we will see that this is also working. You see that there is no mouse movement when the call comes in to press the answer button or put the call on mute. This is simply done via the headset. We are connected now. We go on mute by pressing the button on the headset, and we hang up via pressing the button on the headset. It is important to understand that this is not working with the new 3CX app for version 18. This is solely working with the Softclient because the 3CX app has not been released as at the time when that tool has been implemented.
I actually don't know yet if they will release such a tool for the 3CX app for version 18. I assume, but this will be then a completely different tool since the integration of the 3CX app is also different than the Softclient at the moment.
We expect to have the WH62 installed. We go to the Webclient, we go to settings, personalize, and then audio video, and we allow the use of the microphone from the browser. And you can see immediately after doing so, we get the WH as default device. We can set it there then also manually as whatever we want, but it's important to have this one there. We see further down, we have no headset integration available for this device, meaning we have to manually answer calls via the mouse when using the Webclient in combination with the WH6 headsets.
Looking at the available ports on the WH6667, we see that they look a little bit different than the WH6263 series. We have at the back of the base station, we have the power port and one USB port. This is the port that goes either to the PC or to the desk phone. On the side of the device, we have two USB ports that are meant for mobile phones. You can also connect mobile phones to the base station, and matching mobile phones you can actually even use to dial out through via the base station, but we are not looking at that. Again, here, do not mix port 1 with the two ports on the side. This is not meant to work like that.
We take our WH6x and plug it into the 230 volts and see how it's booting. And once it's booted, we will see that it automatically is connected with the headset. If it's not automatically connected with the headset, then just put the headset on the charger and it will automatically connect. We now plug the cable into the USB cable into the USB port of the computer. We see here the new Softclient from version 18. See, it is now connected. You see headset earphone has become the default device on the Windows machine. And we just drop down, and you saw before it was just swapping the default device automatically once we touched the drop down, and we are ready to go. Here we go again into the web client, this time version 18. It's just the overview that looks a little bit different. We go here into the menu. These are these three dots at the bottom. We go to settings. We go to audio video. Again, we allow the browser to use the microphone, and we see we have the WH6 either as the default, or we can choose it as communication headset or the headset earpiece like normal. There is again no integration for the headset available. It's just for Jabra.
Oops. Sorry about that.
Sennheiser and Plantronics, but if Yealink ever will be supported, 3CX doesn't know. That's all. But it works for normal voice. After the install of the headset, and from time to time it makes sense to check if there's an update available for the headset, we go into the USB Connect, go to update device and check for updates. And if there's an update available, we update the device, else we exit the application.
Yeah, so that was more or less a short breakdown of what you can do in regards of the WH6 headsets with the 3CX. Again, it's not fully integrated in the web client, neither on version 16 nor on version 18. It is also not fully integrated in the soft client of version 16 from the 3.6 perspective out, but there is that tool that I showed you that you can download on the Yealink website and actually make this integration happen. As for the version 18 app, this tool is not working. I highly assume that there is definitely coming such an integration solution from Yealink. It's just that version 18 has been released a week ago on Linux. There's not even a Windows install version for 3CX available as of now. Yeah, so that will come. And I also assume that at some point in time, you will be able to use those headsets via the browser with full integration, meaning answer calls via pressing the headset button, mute the calls and all that stuff via the headset. But I just think it takes time. It requires a lot of people to ask 3CX, and then at some point they will come. There are some frequently asked questions. Very often is the case, can we use WH6 Teams version headsets with a soft client, so as a UC device? The answer is yes, but you can't use the opposite. So if you have a UC version, you can't use that with Teams. As said, why can't I dial from the screen of the WH6667? That is just because it is not fully integrated with 3CX. I would think it would be pretty cool to use it as well, but we might have to give it some time. We have to know that Yealink has never been a traditional real headset manufacturer like Jabra or Sennheiser. It's just they have to make themselves a name in that area, and then at some point we most likely will see those features being supported. It's just it takes time, and they have to prove first that they are a brand which you can express yourself as well. I mean, 3CX also, has to say, we first have to know if it's properly working and all that stuff. And under that regard, I assume it takes its time. Maybe they also haven't implemented it fully. They probably also haven't implemented it fully yet because they were actually waiting until version 18 is released. Could also be one of those points. So we don't know. There are questions in the 3CX message board asking for that feature. And I always say when I give a training to the 3CX training, if you ask us for those features, then we go to 3CX. That's one voice. But if you all go independently to 3CX, that's many voices. Yeah. So if possible for such stuff, go to the feature request board on 3CX and place that stuff down. Yeah. And then, is the will it be possible to answer a call by pressing the button on the WH6X? That's only working with the Softclient, with the version 16 Softclient in combination with the Yealink headset integration tool plugin. As of now, not with any of the 3.6 web clients and the 3.6 version 18 app. Since that plugin comes from the Yealink end, I highly assume that there will come another plugin that will work with the version 18 app as well. But as said, that's just recently released, and that is something that will take also a little bit of time in that regard. Yeah. Any questions? This doesn't seem to be the case. I hope I could lift a little bit the fork in regards of answering 3CX calls or calls using the 3CX soft client with the WH6 series phones or headsets. Let us know if you have any further questions, especially me. Let me know any critics or whatever. Yeah. Thank you for your time, and I wish you a nice afternoon and stay safe.